Okay, so I got some old batteries that I replaced with some Life PO4 batteries, lithium iron phosphate batteries. And I got to switch out some of the older batteries that I've had for like 7 years in my solar systems. So I'm going to use the old lead acid batteries, and I'm going to go ahead and replace those with that. Other than that, the other two systems are running off of Life PO4 batteries, lithium iron phosphate batteries. And so I'm going to do that tonight because I really want to get this system online more than what it is, because these are old 35 amp hour batteries, and I've got 100 amp hour batteries, 4 of them just sitting around that I'm not using, that I need to get back onto charging so they don't go bad and they don't just sit there and drain. So we're going to go ahead and do that tonight. And this is my wind and solar system that I'm going to put this on as a backup system to my other two systems. And of course, behind me, you can see I have the controller over there for my personal office, where I use that in emergency backup for a solar system. So let's get started. Okay, so you can see I have my old 35 amp hour batteries in parallel, and I'm going to replace these today. So first thing I'm going to do is hit the switches on both of these units so that I don't have to deal with being shocked or anything else. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and disconnect these batteries from the negative lead. Remember, isolation. Okay, so there we go. And we're going to go ahead and do the next battery, and we're going to move this one to the side, keep it out of harm's way. So this one goes also. Remember, always ground first, disconnected, then you disconnect the positive. Okay, so now we're going to disconnect the positive side, the batteries. Remember, isolation is key. I'm using a I'm using an insulated connector. So if something does spark, it doesn't bother me. And now I can pull this battery off, put it to the side. And I'll do the same thing with the next battery. And you can actually use this pin right here as tension to pull it apart. Isolation is key to safety. There's the next one. We'll go ahead and pull that out. And then we'll go ahead and pull this out right here. You'll notice that I put another brick over here. And the reason why I do that is because it's much easier to slide a bunch of batteries when it has a base to actually work with. Plus the length of my wires and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and attach our solar array cables for the power into that. We're going to go ahead and get another bolt. Tighten that up. We're going to add our cable in. Now, I really think that we could use a washer on this, just to give it a little more stability, and another washer, and then another nut. There we go. Get it all there. And then we're going to go ahead and do the next one. Safety test. Slide this way. That is pretty heavy, so be cautious. And we're going to add the other cable. We're going to go ahead and add another nut. Okay, there we go. We got it started. it up. So we're doing good with that. And cable's nice and tight. I'm going to go ahead and move that over a little bit. You can play with these all you want, but it's basically the same deal. I'm going to go ahead and test this. Safety test. Don't be touching anything until you actually spark that against that, because if you do, you may get bit. So do it out of safety. It's no fun being shocked, folks. I've been there before, many times. Negative end. So first of all, we're going to do our safety test. No sparks. Make sure it works the way I want to. I'll test between both of these and see if we can get sparks. No sparks. So we're just going to go ahead and attach the rest of this all the way down to the end. And I'll get with you in a minute when I get done doing negative, negative, negative in parallel. So here we go. We got the last part of it, the spark test, the connection to the controller. I'm going to get run this through. Go ahead and put our nut on. And then we'll just go ahead and turn our fuse back on and our system will be up and running. It's that easy, folks. It's not that hard. It's a 12-volt simple system. And there's many ways to do it. And we'll go ahead and get this tightened up. I'll take this until I get it to where I want it, so I can see it. And then let's go ahead and tighten it up. There you go. We got our system set up. Go ahead and tighten this a little more after I remove the cables. There you go. Now we got a 300 amp hour system instead of a 35. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. And the only thing we need to do now is hit the switch. And we're live at 12.2 volts. So these batteries have been sitting around for like 5 months before they've been moved, and so they haven't really had a lot of work to do. I'll go ahead and connect it out and move these away, push these back to where they belong. Then we're done. That's how easy it is to replace batteries. Just have to do it safe and simple.